moving, a good quality video moving forward. And lastly, in terms of our content that we'll be talking about is we'll have a practical demo, which will be hosted by my lovely co-host, co-facilitator, Miluska Rosario. And if we have time left, we'll challenge you also for you to do show and tell. So you go on Canva, create a video, very short, a couple seconds, and show us how well you did. So that's basically the breakdown of the day, the breakdown of the session. And I trust and hope that this will suffice all your needs and interests. Is there anything here so far, very quickly, is there anything here so far that we didn't cover but that you would want to hear? Can we see some quick responses in the chat? Anything that we have here mentioned that you, or we didn't have mentioned, but that you want to see or hear about? Yes, no. Okay, I'm not seeing anything, so we should be good. How to get on and follow you. How to cut videos, I'm assuming, yes. Digedra, I'm not sure what you mean in terms of get on and follow me. Basics of how to create a video, okay. Canva.com. Okay, the link, yes, sorry. The link is canva.com, yes. How to combine 2 or more videos. I think Toastmaster Miluska will be discussing that as well. The drawing videos. How to edit audio. We won't really be talking about editing audio in this afternoon. That's mainly because of the limitations of Canva. Canva is really a very basic video editing tool. So it doesn't necessarily deal with a proper audio editing. But I trust and hope for most cases, you'll be able to use Canva with decent audio. With the doodle videos, I'm assuming you mean, Kishma, the videos, and Perla, the videos on how, the example videos of the promo of this workshop. And that we won't be discussing either, but I'll make sure when we jump back into the main room, we ask Toastmaster Odin on how we did that, on how they did that. Yeah, I'll have her share that. So with that, I think we are good in terms of creating a content and creating an outline of what we'll be discussing today. Firstly, and we have a few questions here. I will go through the questions one by one, but in general, we follow the 5 W's or 6 W's and the how. Firstly, why do you want to create a video? Most times you can use a flyer to be able to get the message across. And I always like to maintain the idea of keeping things simple. Creating videos is not a bad idea, but I just want to challenge you to ask yourself, why do you want to create a video? Is it because, you know, it's something nice, the world is going more towards videos, etc., etc.? That's also a good reason. But sometimes, depending on the situation, you can get away, or you can also just use a flyer or even a slideshow. So that's something that I want I want you to pay attention to as well. Secondly, what do you want to say? What is the occasion? Is it depending on what the message is, you may want to change the style of the video, you may want to change the how you make the video, you may want to change the tone and the look and feel of the video. For example, if it's a Christmas a video about a Christmas event that you're hosting, you won't use, most likely, you won't use black and white text and images and background. You want to use something that's creative, that's festive, matching the occasion, that's relevant, etc. Whereas, for example, if it's a death announcement video, you may want to stay away from the festive things, depending on who the person is and their personality, etc. But in speaking in general, you may want to stay away from festive colors, but use something a bit more sober, black, white, two-tone colors, etc. So that's, of course, some other things that you have to pay attention to. Next, you want to consider who you'll be speaking to. And so this affects, of course, the message in the video, but this also affects how you present the message in the video. Simple example, maybe extreme example, if you're doing a video to announce an event for children, you'll want to use graphics that relate to children and that would grab children's attention. Whereas if you're using something for senior citizens, for example, you would definitely want to cater your video towards them as well. So these are all things, it may sound simple, but these are all things that you have to definitely pay attention to in creating the video. And these will also help to make sure that your video is successful, because it's one thing to create a video, but you, of course, want to make sure that your video is effective and the objectives for the video are being met, which is more than likely making sure that the video relates to the persons, delivers the message, and is relatable to the persons that you're delivering to. Next question. When will you be sending out the message? For example, you may want to split the video in two parts. A first part with save the date, for example, just a teaser. A second part with actual content. You see this a lot in movies. If I'm a movie buff myself, so you see companies, movie studios, Marvel and this ones and the that ones, when they're releasing videos, especially with big franchise names, they will give you a brief teaser video, maybe just 2 seconds of a clip of an image of the movie or of the show. And then after a few months, they release more or longer trailer of the video or of the movie, for example. And then they may release even 2 or 3 other trailers for the movie, the upcoming movie. So these are all other ideas that you may want to consider. I think it's also important that you plan how you want to release your videos, release your flyers. And of course, this also works for flyers. Everything that I mentioned here definitely also works for flyers. And so just wanted to mention there that videos are just really a tool to be able to get your message out. But it's definitely important to consider when you'll be sending out the message and how you want to do that. Lastly, well, before we go to the last one, where would the videos be posted? This is important, especially this day and age, because the video format for Instagram, the size, the how you say that, the resolutions and stuff like that, they are the dimensions, that's the correct word, are different for Instagram than for YouTube. On Instagram, you use more square videos, for example. And on YouTube, you would use more 4:3 format or 16:9 format. This basically means that you would have something that looks less square and more, what's the word I'm looking for? More rectangle, to keep it simple. Whereas on Instagram, it would be much more square or really square. Depending on the video, you can use a YouTube video on Instagram, but it's sometimes a hit and miss. But the point is, you want to make sure if you want to use the same video on YouTube and on Instagram, that's something that you would have to take in mind as well and pay attention to, so that you make sure that your video works for both. You could get away with both, but I just want you to pay attention that depending on where you're going to post the video, you may want to adjust the format for that. Another point here is that, and this is, you see over the in recent times, in the past year or so maybe, Instagram has now adapted more horizontal videos. So you can do like selfie videos and post them on Instagram. YouTube, the same thing. So those lines have been blurred or being blurred over the past couple in recent times. But that's something still for most persons to be able to pay attention to. Another reason why it's important to consider where you'll be posting the videos is because if you want to send a video via email, most email platforms only allow only allow an email to go out with less than 10 megabytes. And so depending on the format that you're sending, and if the video is too long, it wouldn't be able to fit in an email. So you may have to then consider putting the video on YouTube and then taking the link from YouTube and then putting that in your email. That would be one way around it. But depending on how small the video is, you can get around it. You can get around sending it via email. Most persons won't be happy because if they start to collect too much videos in their inbox, it would definitely fill up their inbox soon. So these are some basic questions on how, in terms of creating your idea and your content. And the last question, how? So how do you actually now go about creating the video? That is one of the topics, or that is the main topic that I trust that we'll answer with you here this afternoon. Being a Toastmaster organization, Toastmasters has considered videos and has created some video guidelines. And these video guidelines you can find on page 28. Make sure that's it shown here. Page 28 of the Toastmasters brand manual. And the guidelines are very straightforward. I'll jump to them on the next page so you can see what they look like. But I just want to remind you that the brand manual is here for moments like these when you want to create a video. I trust that everyone can see. The image is a bit blurred, but I trust that everyone can see. Just a few points, 5 main points. First of all, you have to identify the club name or district number in the video. The credits should be at the credits at the end. Should list the name, club, district of the person that created the video. That you'll see the same thing in movies, in trailers. Again, it's always good ethics for you to identify who created, giving credit where credit is due, and identifying who created the video. If you're creating a video that has persons' faces, especially where you can easily identify who the person is, then it's important that you have a written video release form. And this video release form basically gives you, the distributor or the owner of the video, permission to use the name and the likeness and the image of the person in the video. This is a legal document. You can find, if I'm not mistaken, you can find it on the Toastmasters branding, in the Toastmasters website in terms of resources. If not, and if you're having trouble, you can always find examples online. They're pretty easy to find. It's not complicated at all. It's one page. Most of the times it's really just one page with the name of the person and them really just giving you permission to be able to use their image in the video. If the importance of this, especially with the Toastmasters organization, if, for example, you take a video and you make a video of me and I'm not in agreement with how you use my image in the video, I can take legal action to ask you to basically take down the video. And if not, I can take legal action to get you to stop using the video. And in some cases, maybe even sue for defamation of character and all these things. So before you do that, then, or before things have to escalate to that level, just always have a video release form. The video must also not infringe on intellectual property, privacy, public rights, etc. of other persons. This basically means that if you're using certain elements in your video, let's say, for example, you're creating a video for an event and you want to use a picture, that happens often. I've seen that over the past couple of months, especially as PRM for District 81. We want to use, someone sent a video, they want to use a video, someone created a video and they wanted to use an image or images of pictures that they found on the internet. In most cases, we do it, and that's something that we do as organizers, as creatives. But actually, this is officially illegal, especially if you're not, if you don't have the permission of the persons who created the picture. It stands pretty much in line with the same video release form. Anything that you're distributing and publicizing, you need to have permissions of those persons who were involved. So let's say if you found a picture on the internet, you need to either officially need to ask the person for permission to be able to use the picture in your video, or you have to find pictures that are copyrighted, that are allowed to be used. What's the word I'm looking for? I'll get to it just now. But there are a set of pictures and there are websites that you can use. When we go over to Canva, we'll show you some areas where you can use, where you can find good, high quality pictures that are free to be used for the public, and especially in situations like these. And lastly, you need to, when creating a video, especially a Toastmaster video, you need to add a disclaimer below one of the first frames of the video and this is, again, one of the Toastmasters license-free. Thank you very much, Christopher. License-free videos, license-free content. In most cases, we're talking about license-free pictures. Thank you very much, Miluska. And so, as I was mentioning, the disclaimer below, and that's just text that you can copy directly from the brand manual and paste right into one of the first slides of your video. A good tip here is that this disclaimer doesn't have to be 10 seconds long. It can really just be 1 second long. It could also be under your opening image or your second image in the video. Depending, I want to say it is not official by Toastmasters, so don't quote me by it. But what I do sometimes, depending on the video, if it's, let's say, less than 30 seconds long, you can also add it to the end of the video, just so that it fits and flows a little smoother with the content. But officially, according to Toastmasters, which is always the best way to go, it's safer if we add it to one of the first frames of the video. Yeah. So this kind of wraps up the video guidelines, especially for videos being created for Toastmasters. These are definitely good guidelines for you to follow, even if you're creating videos outside of Toastmasters. So I would highly recommend that you use that. But these are important for us to remember in terms of following the brand guidelines and making sure that we are compliant as a district. So with that, I think this is one of my last slides. The quality, how do you ensure that you have high quality pictures to be used? Sometimes you see a video and almost all the images are good, but then on the last, there's 1 or 2 images where things are blurry, things are pixelated, etc. How do you cure those situations? Basically, it comes down to using high quality pictures. Canva, if you're using Canva, again, to create this video, Canva has some high quality images that you can use. There's one of my favorite sites so you get pictures is Pexels, pexels.com. Pexels is actually also integrated into Canva. There's another one called Pixelbay. There's a few others Miluska will show you later when we're doing the demo. You could also do Google Images and then you choose the high quality version. Again, make sure that those pictures are royalty free. But I would highly recommend, if you're using Canva to create this video, you stick to Canva Photos or Pexels or Pixabay. Those would be more than, you should be able to find a decent picture that's more than sufficient. I also highly recommend that you have this video reviewed by others in your team. If you're area director, club president, whoever you are, you should have at least one other person that's there to be able to review the video, review the text, make sure that there's no spelling errors. I suffer from sometimes making spelling mistakes. So whatever I create, I make sure that I have very meticulous persons on my team who can review for me and make sure that they help me. Sometimes there's spelling mistakes, there's grammar mistakes that we as the creator don't always see. So it's always good to have someone there who can review and help you and give you an extra pair of eyes. The saying goes, two pair of eyes are better than one. And lastly, you want to make sure that you download, again, depending on where you're sending the video, what you're doing with the video, but you want to make sure that you download and upload the video in the highest quality, especially if you're using that for YouTube, because YouTube would automatically show the best quality for the viewer. So let's say you created a video, you uploaded it to YouTube in the highest quality, that's 1080p. I don't know how to translate, but that's the highest quality that we have for the most part. When you do that, if someone is watching a video who doesn't have a high-speed internet, YouTube would automatically say, okay, I'm going to show that person a lower quality. But if you upload a lower quality video, then YouTube can't automatically show a higher quality image. You understand? So that's why it's also important to make sure that we always download and upload the highest quality, especially for sharing. Lastly, another tip that I want to share, Toastmaster Miluska would probably mention that as well. If you're using Canva to create this video, depending on your settings, depending on where you're at and what you want to do with the video, Canva also allows you to automatically share this video on your Instagram pages, your Facebook pages, etc. So you don't even have to download or upload, download and then upload the video. So those are a few tips that we can share as well, and that also helps to make sure that you show the highest quality. Question from Otto Augustine: does the branding colors apply for Toastmasters videos? I want to say a very big resounding yes. Anything that you do for Toastmasters, and I'm telling you this as a PRM, but also as someone who has a long background in branding, anything that you do for the organization that you're doing it for has to maintain the branding of the organization. So I work at the airport here in St. Martin. If I'm creating an image or video for the airport, it maintains the airport's branding, colors, guidelines in general, colors, fonts, etc. So for Toastmasters, exactly the same. If we're creating videos and images for Toastmasters events, whatever it is, it has to maintain the branding of the Toastmasters guidelines. And again, I refer everyone back to the Toastmasters brand manual. I can post a link to it in the chat just to make sure that everyone here has access to it. And so with that, and if no further questions, we move on. Again, very quickly, brand compliance, make sure that we stick to the brand compliance. The upcoming photo competition, I mentioned that earlier. And of course, we also have upcoming branding training from the PRM team. Oh, these slides, these last two slides were actually supposed to come at the end. They slip in there, sorry, my bad. At this point, we're gonna jump over, stop sharing my screen and allow Toastmaster Miluska to jump in and share her screen and show us how do we create a video in Canva. So I gave you the theoretical parts. I hope I didn't bore you too much. And now Miluska will give you the actual demo and show you how do you go about creating videos in Canva.
Thank you, Damien. Thank you for that presentation. Yes, so how do you create a video in Canva? Like Toastmaster Damien already said, you can create a video by using the www.canva.com. So that's a very easy website to use. You can use the free version, but also there is a pro version. Today we are going to use the free version of Canva. That's why we named it the basic video creation. So we are going to use the free version of Canva. To create a video, you can do this by clicking on video here, or you can go also to create a design and select the video. So today we're going to create a video, and you see that there's as Toastmaster Daniel already said, there are different formats for creating a video. Today we are going to create a basic video. We are going to use the basic video feature. When this opens, you see that this is a blank canvas, but you see also that there are templates that you can use to create your video. Today we are not going to use the templates, but we are going to create a simple 30 seconds video to show you how easy it is to make a simple 30 seconds video. It can be longer, yes, but today, due to time, we are going to make a simple one. If you have your Canva open, please follow the steps together with me, create your video, and show us at the end what did you create. So you go to video, you open the format, and then you get a blank canvas. When you have this blank canvas, we are going to start creating, and we're going to start adding elements to our canvas. If you see on the left corner, you have templates, elements, uploads, text, audio, and some other tabs on here. So we are selecting the elements tab. And when you select the elements tab, you can see a lot of information, lines, shapes, graphics, and all. Today we're going to use the square shape, but we are going to adjust it to the screen. As you can see, the ones who know, this is not the color of the branding. So we have to go to the color and change this. In this case, you see that here appears the color from your logo. If you don't, these ones are not the correct colors. If you go to your brand manual, you will see the correct numbers for your colors. For instance, today we want to use the maroon future. Then you will take the number 772432 and you will get the maroon color. When you are finished adding the element, you can add photos, you can add videos, you can add audio to this template. But before we go on to adding videos or audios, we want to make this template complete. As you know, we are in Toastmasters, so we are going to add the Toastmasters logo to the canvas, to the scene. This is the video scene, the first video scene. When you add the Toastmaster logo to the Canva, then, as Toastmaster Damien already mentioned, beneath in the video guidelines, beneath the Toastmaster logo, you have to put the name of the district, the club, the division, or the area that you are in. So we are going to add the text, District 81. Then you click on text and you add the heading. One shortcut that you can also use is by pressing the T on your keyboard, and then it will add the text also to your Canva. So we are going to put here District 81. So District 81 has to be beneath the Toastmasters logo. If you want a smaller size of the text, then you can do this by clicking here. You can downsize it or upsize it. So this, we're going to put it under beneath the logo. If you want to add more to your first canvas, then you can always duplicate your text by clicking on copy and paste it. So for instance, we're going to put here Caribbean Toastmasters. All of you know that Caribbean Toastmasters has a website, has an Instagram page, a Facebook page, a Twitter account, LinkedIn. So there are many social media pages. If you want to add the branding of the social media pages, you click on Elements, go to Instagram, for example, and you find Instagram over here. If you see, when I hover over, this is a free version of the Instagram brand, logo. If you see over here, this is a pro version, so you cannot use this. You can use this in this video, but you will have to pay it when you download it. So we are not going to use the pro version. In the matter of time, because I want to add only at this moment the Instagram account, and this you can do also with Facebook and all the other options that there is. So okay, this is the first page of your canvas, and we are going to name it the basic video creation in Canva. You can also upsize the letter type, basic video creation. Okay, so this is the basic part, the first part of your video scene. If you want your video scenes to look like this all over for 30 seconds, you will go to the three dots underneath here. You click on it and you duplicate the pages. If you see, you can also use Control D to duplicate the pages. So if we are going to use a 30 seconds video, so we need 6 pages. As Toastmaster Damien already said, the disclaimer should be on one of the first pages according to the branding manual. So here you will be adding the disclaimer for Toastmasters International. What message do you want to get outside? So do you want your club to grow? So invite the people to come to your club. One text that you can start with: do you want to level up your communication and leadership skills? So this is the first text. Then you can say there are more than 200 clubs in District E1. This is the third one, and then you can leave the fourth one. Join one of the demo meetings of the clubs in the Caribbean. Yes. Oh, so this is your text, and at the end you will call them to action. Join now. So these are your texts. Okay, your video scenes. These are called your video scenes. So if I click on the first video scene, you can see that I can edit the timing of the video scene. I can add this also by clicking on here, making it larger. Then you see the seconds go on and making it shorter, 3.5 seconds. So, okay. The second video, we said, okay, this is disclaimer. Okay, let me make it a 3 seconds video. It doesn't have to be long. So you can click on here, put 3 seconds, and it will go to 3 seconds. So you can do this with all the slides. Now we are going to add transitions to our slides. When adding transitions, you go to the plus point here, you click on it, and you add a transition. Now you see that there are 4 types of transitions that you can add to your video. The transition is when the video goes from the first scene to the second scene. So we want this video to have the dissolve transition. We click on it. You can change the duration of the transition. And you can apply the dissolve in future to all your pages. Then you click on the apply between all pages future. If you don't want to apply this to all the pages, then you go to each one of the transitions to change this. So for instance, I'm going to add a transition here. I want it to dissolve. No, I want it to slide. If you hover over this, it slides from different perspectives. So for instance, I want it to slide from the left. From the left. So you can do this with all the transitions, with all the pages. So we're going to dissolve this because I want my second screen to have another transition. When you are ready with your transitions, you go back and you can add a basic video to your transition. Let me see. You go to more and you click on videos and you can add a video. Okay, in a Toastmasters branded video, you cannot do this, but I will show this to you. Then you can see that this is also possible. So you can add this to your video and check, and you can click on the play button to see that your video is also playing. And how is it playing? So we are going to delete this video because it's not Toastmasters branded. Okay, we have 15 more minutes. So this is the transitions, but also you can add animations to your pages or your text. You can animate your page by clicking on the page and clicking on animate. You can rise, it can rise, or you can use different other basic animations. For your text also, you can use animations. So for instance, if you wanted to slide in, you click on pen, and then your text will slide in. After you finish doing this you can do this to all your slides. I didn't do to all the slides right now, but in a matter of time, we are not going to do that at this moment. I want to ask Toastmaster Damien, because we are collaborating in this design. So how do you know, how do we collaborate? How do you collaborate? When you click on share, you see that I'm in the Dastru's team, that's Toastmasters Damien team. And now I clicked on can edit. Now Toastmaster Damien can also join and see my design. Toastmaster Damien, can you please record yourself? And I'm going to show you how to do this. You go to uploads and click on record yourself, and then you add this to the presentation. Toastmaster Damien, are you there?
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
So I'll be doing that. I'm just gonna say, for me to be able to do it, I'll have to pause, and Milushka knows this, but I'm just saying this in a benefit for everyone else. I'll have to stop my mic and my video because my mic and video are being used in Zoom. So what I'm gonna do is stop my mic and video, do a quick recording, and then jump back in.
Yes, thank you very much. So I'm going to show you how you can add the other transitions to the animations to the slides. So I'm going to one important thing is that you can for the branding, you have to see if your text is according to the branding. I forgot to mention that our official font is Montserrat. You can use Montserrat extra bold in this case. So you have to check for all your videos if you are using Montserrat extra bold, Montserrat semi bold, Montserrat normal. There are a lot of features there are a lot of font types that you can use with Montserrat. So it's important to check this before you do your video, before you finish your video. So I changed the fonts right now. This you cannot change it and apply it to all the pages, but you have to do it really manually. So
sorry, Milushka?
yes.
Can you just confirm that you shared the video with me already?
Yes, it's on the team. You can click on your team.
Okay.
Or refresh your Canva.
Yes. Just as a note to everyone, sometimes it takes a little while before all the things that I share with you come in.
Yes.
I'm just gonna refresh until I see it.
Yes, thank you. And Toastmaster Damien, when we were preparing for this presentation, Toastmaster Damien has his Canva downloaded on his computer. Then you don't have the feature to record yourself. So you have to go to the website to get the feature to record yourself. So at this moment, when he finishes recording himself, it will appear. Can you see this? He now has access to the design. So this makes it easier when you're doing a design too. You see, he is moving with the design at this moment. It makes it easier for you to collaborate, and you don't have to download it, send it, and back and forward to someone who you want this person to see the video. So you can collaborate also in Canva. This is very useful. So when Toastmaster Damien finishes, his video will appear in here. At this moment, you can see that we have a 25.5 seconds video, but when he makes his video, we will see that if the seconds stay the same, because, and then we see how long is his video. So you see, he is adding the video, the video is being added right now. Yes, and if you click on it, you will large it. I will make it larger right now. Click on it. Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Damien. This video is, we can trim this video, we can edit this video also. So if we go to the 7.4 seconds, because it's 7.4 seconds, we can trim it, and we can make it shorter. So we are going to make it a 6.1 seconds video. Yes. And we want to, okay, this is okay. We want to add this video to the last slide. So I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to drag it to the last slide. It doesn't want to go to the last slide. Okay, that went wrong, but we will undo and copy it. Oh, no, it's okay. It's on the last slide. Yes. So we trimmed our video. Now we're going to add music to the video before we finish. You go to the audio session, and now we have the free version of Morning Flake. And we can play with this also. If you see here, you can adjust. You can right click on it, adjust it, the volume. You can duplicate. If I duplicate it, I have two versions of the video, but we don't want that at this moment. But you can also add another clip to the video. So if you want to, we want to trim this because we want it to transition to the other clip. So if we click on the timeline, then it will show you. Yes. So it will transition to the other music that you have in here. So basically, this is creating your basic video in Canva. It's very easy to do and very handy. Prepare your text in advance. This is very important. Toastmaster Damien, I will stop sharing my recording, my session for this moment, because I want you to show the audience the kind of video that we don't want to, that's not suitable for in the case of contrast and how do you say that, and the in the it's not suitable for a Toastmasters video. Okay, so I will stop sharing because we have only 5 minutes left.
Yes, no problem. I saw
Yes.
that our backup tech, Eartha, had her hand raised.
Sorry, I didn't see that. Yes.
Thanks,
Eartha?
Toastmaster Damien. It's just that there were a few questions in the
Question.
chat, and
Okay.
some persons tried to assist by answering.
Yes.
Yes, that was me. I tried to
Okay.
answer. Thank
Okay,
you.
good.
And Ato Augustine, you had a
Yes,
quick question?
yes. I missed how you were transitioning from one screen to the other. I was trying because I was actually doing it while she was doing it, and I thought it was to click on the plus sign.
Yes.
But when I click on it, oh,
You,
add transition. So I
yes.
now see it.
Yes, so you
Okay,
add the
so
transition. So we have,
beautiful.
yes, are there more questions, Toastmaster Debbie? Oh, okay.
Uh, I have one other question, sorry. And the one for the letters now.
Yes, you click on it and you animate the text. So, okay. Toastmaster Damien, can you show them when you click on the text and you animate?
Yes. So I'm gonna go back to, let's see which one. This one, use this one. This is our ending video that we made. So
Yeah.
you click on the text and you go up to the top and you click here, animate. And you have a myriad of options that you can use.
Yes.
Yeah. Just so that we can wrap up, I just wanted to show this video. This is a quick video that Toastmaster Milushka made. And I'll let it play. Give me a quick second because I think you may not be able to share. I'll stop sharing quickly so that you can hear the sounds.
Oh, yes.
Share again. Yes. You hearing the sounds now, right?
Yes.
So for most of you, this may seem like an interesting and fun Toastmasters video. You have some real people in the background. They look like they are in a Toastmasters environment. But unfortunately, this video is still somewhat very difficult for some persons to be able to see. The text here is overlaid on top of a picture, the Toastmasters logo in the background on top. Is also kind of difficult to identify for certain persons.
Yes.
So the best case, and so this is a type of video that I wouldn't recommend, mainly because it's really difficult to see and to understand. Even though there are some very good elements that are in the video, especially according to brand guidelines, etc. So one of the other videos that we made that highlights and looks good, according to, again, this is a video that you can make when you have enough experience. This is a video that you can make in 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe even. Oh, sorry. There you go.
Yes.
And so this one is much more along the lines of what we would want to have. We added, as Miluska added the change up in the text in this audio here, also just to kind of give you different ideas of what is possible.
Yes.
You saw different animations, different transitions. We kept the logos and fonts, Toastmasters logos, sorry, and the name on the left, just to maintain a certain level of consistency, etc. Of course, you can still be creative with the video, but I think it really helps to have some good guidelines in terms of what you want to create, and just to make it easier and make the video effective for your audience.
Yes.
I just wanted to share that aside from, we're heading back
Yes.
to,
Yes, our time is almost up.
where time is almost up. Just before
Yes.
we run out, I think we have about 60 seconds.
Yes.
Also wanted to share that Canva has a lot of different templates as well. So once you decide that you want to make a video, you can go on the side on your left and you can choose one of the different templates, just like with the pictures, just like with the flyers. You can choose one of the different templates that you want to have here on the left. You go in, you change the fonts, you change the colors, etc., and you make it your own. You add your pictures, etc. Yeah. And so with that, I want to wrap up by reminding you brand compliance, the upcoming branding training, also to follow the 5 steps we're going to send with the goodie bag packet. We're going to send you a flyer with 5 steps that you should definitely remember. And lastly, I want to remind you about the upcoming photo competition. And thank you very much. Until
Yes.